15 business books every man should read. Business books are a unique and effective way to learn tips and tricks from successful tycoons, but also to learn from their mistakes, so you don't have to relive them yourself. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. An advice guide from Dale Carnegie. It outlines 6 ways to make people like you, 9 ways to change people without them resenting you for it, and additional 12 ways to make people think like you do. Good to Great by Jim Collins. By putting together a team of researchers to investigate thousands of successful and unsuccessful companies, Collins found that it wasn't necessarily the executives in power, the latest technology or the right tools that made companies great. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Focused on educating people to buy high-value assets that produce cash flow, the book talks about the pros and cons of investing in real estate, new businesses and being a serial entrepreneur. Mean Business by Albert J. Dunlap. Albert Dunlap was one of America's top change agents brought on by big business to shift the corporate culture. Rework by Jason Fried. This book is all about productivity, and despite being somewhat unconventional, it's consistently ranked as one of the best business books ever written. Crush It! By Gary Vaynerchuk. In it, the author talks about why you should turn your hobbies and passions into a money-making career and how to keep yourself inspired. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Arguably the most iconic motivational speaker in the world, Tony Robbins gives his master plan for success in this book that focuses on waking up and taking control of your life. The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. After spending more than 4 years as a New York Times best-selling book, this business book has sold more than 1.3 million copies in 35 languages worldwide. Ferriss talks about his strategy of checking email just once a day and outsourcing small taste to virtual assistants. Art of War by Sun Tzu. Not only is this book an exceptional strategy guide for business, but everyone from world leaders to military brass has credited this book as a roadmap for successful outcomes. Negotiating with Giants by Peter D. Johnston. This book has helped change the way I conduct business, and it's one I often recommend to others. This book is a great source of inspiration and tips to give you the edge when you're fighting to win at the table. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. From their relationships with friends and family to their birthplace and birth date, Gladwell makes a good argument that skill and intellect can have very little to do with a person's astronomical success. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The strategies talked about in this book are useful and valid today as they were in the 30s, which is one reason that this book is considered by many corporate titans to be a huge influencer over modern business and wealth management. Why are some organizations capable of defying critics and achieving incredible results and continual growth even during a recession? Using this analogy, Godine explains how companies need to separate themselves from the pack and how you can become the purple cow in the field. Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. For years, big businesses have tried to copy his techniques to succeed, and this book talks about what it took for him to get where he's going. Notorious for opening companies in the face of entrenched competition, Branson has remained a leader in adverse conditions.